Alright, what's good? What's good? Good morning. I'll be recording this like I'm on live and shit like that, but I'm not on live. Good morning, good morning. Just checking in. Um, Sorry, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about this morning. At the same time, I did know what I wanted to talk about. Um, I hate to say it's just that I have to do these videos um, on the fly. I probably could stream live, but I know if I stream live, I'm not gonna be streaming for very long, so that's probably why I don't stream live. Just waking up, about to make moves for the day. Gotta go get a fresh cut and all of that, and clean up my personal space today. But just relaxing today for the most part. Was listening to some music this morning, and I was gonna record. I go through a lot of emotions sometimes when I'm about to record, and like I'll think about life and shit, and like family and all of that, and sometimes I'll lose motivation, and I won't even be in the mood to record anymore. But that's like a personal thing. I'm sure maybe other artists can relate to. I've heard other artists say that they run into immediate or instant depression sometimes too, but I think that comes with the game and grinding. When you're on the grind for a while, and I always use the analogy, if a tree falls in the woods, does anybody hear it? Because that's how this whole thing is when you're on this underground grind, or when you're just trying to get further with music. You're not getting further. You're not seeing yourself get further. Like, it feels like you're getting further because of the energy of you making the music, but realistically, nobody knows who you are still, and that's the most realist thing that you got to keep with yourself. It keeps you humble, and it keeps you grinding. I've noticed, and this is why I'm glad I'm able to segue into this now. I've noticed a lot of people aren't humble with this music, and that's okay. I agree about confidence, but at the same time, it's people, I study the game, and I watch how individuals, now it's becoming more of a finesse game. Me, I'm just a straight to the point artist. Like, I just enjoy making music and recording music and getting it out there. But at the same time, the game of marketing, if I want my music to get out there, I'm gonna have to compete in that game too. But this was my lane and my avenue of differentiating myself from other artists, because I'm realizing this is a disconnect. And I remember back in the day when, like, Wiz, and I use Wiz as a reference because he's a big inspiration to me with just grinding on the internet a long time ago. When he started doing day-to-days and whatnot, every other major artist was on that. But it's like everybody keeps moving with how they're doing waves. And I realized, you know what, let me go back to what I feel comfortable with. Let me go back to being true to myself. And I've been on YouTube before, I'm gonna stop mentioning that because I've mentioned that in my past videos, but I referenced that so much because I knew that I had already broken through that that nervousness. I'm trying to find the right words for this. I knew I had already broken through that intimidation and that feeling of feeling like I don't even know what to say. I knew I had broken through feeling uncomfortable with dropping videos. A lot of people feel uncomfortable. I can't find the word. It'll come back to me when I find the word that I'm looking for, or words that I'm looking for. Then I'll be able to explain that a little better for you guys. But basically, it was just like getting back on a bike. So I just had to, get back used to it, and get back to recording myself and being comfortable, because I used to do this stuff all the time. But I was doing it because I wanted to get further within my music back then, and I was inspired by seeing somebody like Wiz Khalifa share his day-to-days. But at that time, that was the wave that everybody was getting on. That's the wave that every artist was getting on. And now you see everybody getting on the podcast and whatnot. And these waves change. At one point, everybody was on mixtapes, right? And then from mixtapes, we went from mixtapes to just singles. And then everybody just started just putting out singles and not caring about making full projects or putting effort into those projects. So the game is constantly changing, as we know. But the hardest, and I think the most important part for us as artists, is to stay focused on our own lane and don't get distracted with what we're doing as individual artists, because I enjoy seeing and hearing different sounds and seeing different art from different artists that are unique. But also, I think the personal connection has always been a thing that we never really got to see from artists back in the day. So I'd still, and I think that it's faded away now too. I feel like there's a lot of artists that we don't really know now today personally. Like they portray to be this individual, and then certain things come out. So on this come up for me, you're gonna know who I am for me. You're gonna know how my focus is. My focus is business overall for myself, and of course further in my life, and becoming as successful as I can as a young businessman, and especially with my spouse, of course, and being focused. But I will lead. I'm going to lead as a man in this situation for myself, because I have that ambition and I have that motivation, and I know that I can get further. I know I'm going to be somebody. I know I am somebody, and I can be somebody within this music realm. And I always say, look, I'm fine just being in a certain space where I don't need to be in the limelight, but I know that I'm a very strong competitor overall when it comes to the sport of music. And I'm confident in that. And I'm going to continue to put out content. I'm also confident that I'm an extremely strong competitor in the world of business, marketing, and anything, within that realm as well. And I thank God for that. I feel like I was blessed to be able to learn to manage certain things, but that just comes from discipline and going through stuff, at a young age with my family, just regular life struggles that you will go through, in life. So, sorry, just got a text from my boss. But yeah, we're just staying focused. Just wanted to check in this morning. Like I said, this is something that's naturally happening for me now, so I'm getting back comfortable with just shooting videos, and y'all just getting to know me from this point of view. And we're just going to go from there, all right? Peace.